Also out of curiosity, what do you do with like I don't want to say a grumpy CEO, but it could also be anybody else on the team that's like bitter and there's a lot of disagreement and tension. What is like a CI person's role in that? Are you kind of like, guys, let's, refocus, here are the numbers. Like we can be cranky as much as we like, but the data actually shows X or Y. I'm just curious to see like, how do you manage that? Because I guess, with every team, there's always going to be a big personality, or, maybe they won't voice certain things, but how do you encourage transparency, especially when things get a little tricky?
Mm. So I think you said something really important. You said encourage transparency. I think that's very, um, that's like really like the essence of it. And I think a lot of people, not just in CI, but also product marketers that don't just do CI, but also, like in other functions, they don't necessarily feel comfortable being the people kind of like saying, hey, um, you know,
Yeah.
here's I'm not sure that we're looking at the right thing, right?
Oh,
And then here I think really data is your friend. So whether it's the competitive intels person responsibility to do win-loss analysis, or if it's someone else at the company that you can collaborate with,
mm,
really important to first of all look at who are you actually losing deals to.
yeah,
And again, knowing that ICP sometimes, I feel like in most companies, it probably doesn't fall, like really understanding the ICP and have a super clear definition of it doesn't fall um, on the competitive intels person, kind of like roles and responsibilities. Maybe it's someone else, maybe it's a product marketer, another one that does that. Kind of depends on the company and the team that you were working on. If you're a solo PMM, then congrats, that's totally your job.
yeah.
Um, but, but
Oh
I
no.
think, but I think the CI person needs to also um, be cognizant of the fact that they also need input from other teams. So we're
Yes.
used to looking at CI as the person who delivers value, who always pushes stuff out, right? Like you need to give feedback, or you need to give talking points, or you need to support these deals, or need to make battle cards. But no, you also need the input from the company.
For
So you
sure.
need to know, and again, like I will die on that, like on this hill, even if you're a competitive intel person, you need to know your company's ICP to do your job well. This is like I'm sorry, but I don't see how you can be a truly effective competitive intel pro if you don't know that, if you don't have that information, and you are absolutely entitled to demand that information,
Yeah.
and to make sure that you have it and that you have a really clear understanding. Um,
Yeah.
and whether you're doing win loss yourself or getting the feedback from someone else, again, like what types of deals you're losing the most to, or winning, or like all of that, what potential buyers are saying, what clients that actually bought are saying, who they're considering. Like you have to, if you're not doing it yourself, like you at least have to get that input as well, and the feedback, and be involved and like know what's happening there. And I think that's kind of when companies get really big and they starting having different teams, sometimes under completely, like maybe competitive intel,
Yeah.
um, maybe they report to marketing under product marketing, or maybe they report to rev ops,
Yeah.
may not necessarily be the same team or like even organization that does win loss. And that's when things are getting tricky, because um, win loss is not just like sales problem. Marketing
Yeah.
needs to know that information too. CI needs to know that information, whether they sit under strategy or marketing or wherever else, or product. Maybe in some companies, CI is actually under the product team's responsibilities.
Yeah.
But all these people have to have that information. That collaboration is so important.